Five, four, three.
Hold. It was the year of the remake, the year of the IP destruction, the year we took back what was ours. It was the year of the reboot, the year of great sadness, the year of pain, and the year of joy. It was an end of an era. It was the beginning of something new. It was the year that woke finally surrendered. The year is 2024. The name of the place, Hollywood. Was that overly dramatic or what?
No, you got it, buddy.
Good evening, and welcome to the Reel McCoy podcast. I'm your host, Meffistoe, and always with me, or sometimes with me. It really depends on what day it is or what time of the day it is.
Hey, I'm working completely remote, so give me some credit.
No, I'm going to give you all the credit in the world. Hold on. That's one light. That's light number 2. Now light number 3. Right? God. See, now I can't get it. There we go.
Well, now he's just trying to turn everybody on, especially his lights.
Turn everybody on. Good evening, everybody. What is the Reel McCoy, you might ask? The Reel McCoy is your weekly movie podcast where we ask you to go watch a movie, watch it, come back to us, and we break it down for you. But today, something special because all my feelings, like the good old Kevin Smith that he is, was not supposed to be here.
I was not supposed to be here today.
Exactly. We were supposed to do December to Dismember. And the movie we were going to cover that I have actually watched and did actually have notes on and actually reviewed on the channel,
better watch
sort
out.
of fell off because all my feelings had to do business because he's a busy man, and of course the great guest that we kind of had lined up sort of last minute he's been snowed in. His like Wi-Fi is completely shattered. So no no Wi-Fi for him. So I literally in the last couple of hours kind of scrambled, and I was texting all my feelings because we were on a text like super basis during the week. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, I need you to give me something and please do it because I need it. I need it to make the show happen.
Yeah.
And I kind of decided on doing the best and worst of 2024, meaning just the movies not that we covered on the show, which is fine, but the actual movies that we've seen. Now, there's a ton of movies out there, and all my feelings did go and watch more than I did, but still,
Quite a few.
quite a few that I didn't technically, but I did watch quite a lot of movies, more than a regular year. And to be fair, I kind of wished I didn't.
This is what I was telling you, like making a best of list was going to be difficult until I looked over the list and went, oh shit, there were some good movies that came out this year. But the worst of was just like, okay, so how can I make a worst of just absolute shit?
Yeah. All right. So before we begin, we'll say hello to the chat. Hey, Scott Westbrook in the house, Jill Powers, Paul Harley, the wrench of wrenches. We've got Juliet in the house as well with one membership. Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah to Mephistoe and the chat. Happy Kwanzaa if you're celebrating that sort of thing. And we'll say hello to the Salty Nerd Podcaster Raid. Welcome, 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 everybody. Kind of a special for us today, but you've come right at the right time, where my personal drama ends and the show actually does begin.
Yes.
So, we've got a very different show for you for today. Not a lot of things to actually put on screen just yet. A lot of talking. I hope you enjoy yourself. I will try my best, all my feelings, while you talk, to put up some polls for the chat to interact with us and all that stuff, because we're talking about the best and worst of the entire year. And there's a ton of stuff that I put up. You've seen the tier list, like, oh, I forgot this movie came out. Oh, I forgot this movie came out.
It's
And I have to say, I looked at it again. It's missing a few movies that came out that I reviewed that came only on streaming. So, Wolves, I didn't see it on the list.
Yeah, yep.
And I didn't see Juror number 2. But
that's fair.
A little close. So, as the old doc, and I know people don't like him, trickle in, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time to go. All right. We'll go with the best of the year.
Start with we're going to start with top 5. Start with 5 going down to best, and the same with worst, going from
of course
the least worst to the most.
Chat will please forgive me. I would have prepared stingers if I had known we would have done this. So it's a little bit of a
all
hodgepodge.
very, very last minute. So.
Yeah, very last minute. But we'll make do, because I do have a list already prepared because I'm working on videos for the channel. All right. Top 5 best movies of the year. My number 5 is Despicable Me 4. Now, typically, I wouldn't go with like not remakes, but sequels. But this year, it's been so many. Some of them were good. Some of them were
most of them were very,
awful,
very, very bad.
Very bad. You know what? Before I'll talk about Despicable Me, I've got 2 that I want to do like an honorable mention that are like on the cusp of being 5. Beetlejuice, another sequel, and the aforementioned Wolves with Clooney and Brad Pitt. I think that movie needs to be really more eyes on it. It's pretty good. It's not like top tier amazing mazeballs. But I like the concept. I like the execution. It's a very slow burn, but I do like it. Beetlejuice, great execution by Keaton. If it didn't come out, I would have been fine. It's out. I'm fine. I enjoyed myself in the theater, but It's like there were parts of it I was like, I could have done without that dance number in the subway. Like, I could. All right. Despicable Me 4. Now, I'm not big on animated films in general, but Despicable Me 4 did to me what other animated movies couldn't, which is get a good wrap up of the Gru story of the we'll call it the Illumination verse, which is Despicable Me and the Minions. It is all tied in together, and in Despicable Me 4, you got a good, clean, wholesome, fun for both adults and kids. It had a little bit of racy humor here that you could have slipped under the rug, just like Disney used to do, and just like Pixar used to do as well. But now it's kind of lost into oblivion. And the Illumination guys really hit this one. They tied in all the different, including the two different, Minions movies and the back in the past Gru story that they did a couple of years ago. Every character that was like a unique character got a little piece of it. Plus, they managed to literally clown Marvel, like in a big bad way, but in a totally different way of what Deadpool and Wolverine did, which will come.
We're gonna talk about Deadpool and Wolverine for a very, very long time. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah. Right.
Thank you, Scott, for the super sticker. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
buddy.
we'll address that in a second. You know what? Fine.
So for my number 5, I'm gonna have to throw in a couple of honorable mentions like you did.
Sure.
On the top of that honorable mention list has to be The Fall Guy. That's a movie I did not think I was really going to enjoy, but wow, I thought David did a great job directing it. I thought Ryan Gosling was great in it. Emily Blunt was fantastic in it too. Another film that's on the honorable list was Sometimes I Think About Dying. One of the darkest comedies I've seen in a long time, but I think it was actually done very well. I think it was probably the only film that I've seen Daisy Ridley in that I liked her in.
Okay.
Which is saying a lot. Another one is Inside the Yellow Cocoon Shell. It's a slow burn. That is a film that you have to sit back and just let it take you over because, wow, it is fantastic. But again, you have to devote time to it. Then the last one on honorable mentions, I know I have got so many.
Yeah,
we're talking about it, was had to be it is sorry, I've just lost my notes here for half a second. It was Evil Does Not Exist by Ryosuke Hamaguchi. Oh my god. Want to talk about a great fucking slow burn Japanese thriller horror? It's so fantastic.
All right, cool.
Anyway, number 5 though, Long Legs.
Legs.
Oh my god, I love that movie so much, and I'm so glad that you enjoyed it, buddy, because that's Nicolas Cage chewing scenery in the proper way. It's so good.
You know what's weird? That this year on the show, we had a full month dedicated to Nicolas Cage. I went through other films that he did, and the man knows how to act. He is a diva, though.
Oh yeah.
But he is not afraid of doing really small movies or really big movies. So
correct.
Take Pig, which I absolutely love because it's just a good solid movie, just a movie lover's movie. But that's 2021. Compared to Renfield that came out in 2023, I don't know where you stand on Renfield. I thought it was great fun. I thought Nicholas Hoult in it. all that stuff.
I thought Nicholas Hoult was great. The only person I didn't like was obviously was it Aquafina or
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
the female pro tag. I could not care for her. But with obviously with Renfield too, you could tell that Cage was slowly just cageifying more
Yeah.
as the film went on, and at the end,
Yeah.
it was just him almost playing his self in Vampire's Kiss. It was one of his first
Yeah.
films, by the way, which yeah, like woo.
All right. Number 4 for moi, juror number 2, Nicholas Hoult, starring in it.
Oh, great.
Such a fantastic movie, a last hurrah by Clint Eastwood. He said it's his last movie. I think somebody left a comment on the review I made saying that, yeah, his health is deteriorating too. It's kind of been, you know, kind of publicized that, yeah, he's kind of on the outs of shuffling off the mortal coil kind of out. But yeah, it's last hurrah. It's a mystery. It's a courtroom drama. It's all of the above. It's a solid movie that I really enjoyed just sitting around watching. It takes you on different avenues and in different places. But on the whole, it actually does have a theme at the end, which is truth or justice. And there's no definitive answer and there's no clear answer. And plus, the movie kind of ends abruptly and it's really open to interpretation. And the entire movie is open to interpretation because the mystery itself, it is up to you to actually decide if somebody's guilty or somebody's innocent. And it may not be the guy on the defendant
The defendant
side. Yeah. It's extremely good. The problem is it's Apple TV. It's an Apple movie. It's on Prime Video. You can get it on Prime Video, but it's such a limited release. It monetarily, it kind of hurts for that sort of a thing. But in terms of getting a buzz going and actually people enjoying the last Clint Eastwood movie, kind of a bummer.
Well, I would say that I know that you have mentioned it to me multiple times, and I still haven't seen it yet. And I'm going to watch it for the end of the year. I swear to God.
Hey, it's okay. But there's plenty of movies I have to watch that I will probably watch like 2025, which is fine. Like I watched Tetris 8 months after it came out, and I only watched it like at the beginning of this year, and I fucking loved it. But it's an Apple movie.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4 for Mr. Oh My Feelings.
My number 4, it's kind of a little bit of a sleeper comedy, almost kind of a buddy film in its own way, but it's a very somber film too. It's called A Real Pain.
Never heard of it.
It's starring Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran Culkin. It's about basically two family members that are going to Poland to honor the death of their grandmother.
Definitely not gonna watch it.
And well, no. It's actually like it's a kind of a misadventure of the two cousins together because one of them's one certain type and the other one's another. But they're processing their grief through their own little kind of story. So it's kind of think of planes, trains, and automobiles with a junkie cousin.
What? Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Fine.
It's a movie that it will pleasantly surprise you, and there's a lot of heart at the core of the film. So at the end, like even though it's a somber affair, that how they become family again is really heartwarming.
All right. Okay. Number 3 for me, Long Legs. Absolutely great movie.
It's so
I
good,
know
dude. It's so good, man.
I know it's contentious. I know a lot of people didn't watch it. I know a lot of people that have watched it that said, dude, it's not just Cage. It's Micah.
Micah.
What's her?
Yeah.
She is
so
great.
fucking good in that movie.
She is so good in playing off as she. Is she a psychic? Is she not a psychic? Is she autistic? Is she on a spectrum?
Yep.
Is she Jodie Foster? Is she not Jodie Foster? What's going on? And you're like, again, it's a little bit of a slow burn, but it ramps up real quick. And it's like, I'm in Silence of the Lambs here, or am I not? It's all over the place, and it's great, and you should watch it. That's it. That's my 3.
Totally agree. Like it's fantastic. For my number 3, it's another one that's a little bit out there. Do not expect too much from The End of the World.
Okay.
Very art house film. Very like you have to be in a certain mood to want to watch it, but if you give it the time, it's definitely worth the view.
Okay.
To explain it would utterly ruin the entire story.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like even trying to talk about it's like, well, I just ruined the entire plot.
All right. Number 2 might come as a shock to you, but it's Bad Boys Ride or Die. Now,
I had a feeling it was gonna probably be on your list because I know how much you love the Bad Boys franchise. So
the thing is this: the Bad Boys franchise was, first of all, it's ultra successful in all 4 of them. It's really successful on all
correct,
4 of them.
Yeah.
The thing is this: Bad Boys 2 was such a big letdown to me because I didn't like the overly
really?
Michael Bay isms. Oh,
I
yeah.
thought you would have loved Bad Boys 2.
There are moments in it that I love, but I haven't gone back to it too many times.
Okay.
I have not seen the 2020, the
Bad Boys 3 or
Bad
whatever.
Boys for Life. Which
Bad Boys for Life.
why didn't you name the movie Bad Boys? Right. So you have to crisscross the names.
Yeah, crisscross is a good name because if you're gonna make Bad Boys 4, it should be Bad Boys for Life. It should be Bad Boys 4. Yeah.
I really enjoyed Bad Boys for Life. So it's Bad Boys 3. I haven't watched it in the theater. It was 2020. I didn't even watch it on a streaming service, but it did come on about 6 months before Bad Boys 4 came out. But I knew Bad Boys 4 was, I think it was day 1 release on Netflix or not. I don't remember. But I have watched it. I'm not on Netflix. But Bad Boys 3 was on my Netflix, and it was like, let's watch it. I really enjoyed myself. And the guys who did 3, the directors, did also 4. It was fantastic. It was great. They know how to shoot an action movie with new technology and make it fun. And the explosions are down to the minimum. There are some,
Okay. Then I may give it a chance because I was assuming this is going to be another Michael Bay joint where it's like, so if you look at a can of Coke, it's going to explode.
Dude, if I rank all 4 of them, it is 1, 4, 3, 2.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Yep, definitely. And they're a little bit of self-deprecation when it comes to Will Smith. Very specific scene.
Okay.
It jumps on you, and you're like, oh shit! Oh,
he got some clarity. Okay.
You
nice.
got me.
I was gonna say also is Bad Boys #1 on your list because KMFDM is on the soundtrack?
No,
because they are.
It was definitely not my reason. No. It was the humor. It was the
awesome,
can you make a lethal weapon in Miami with a different culture? I don't want to say black guys, but it's a different culture.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's not the LA, it's the Miami. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
It really didn't have to be 2 black guys. It could have been a white and black, 2 white, 2 black. It's a different vibe.
I think in a way, like if one of them had been a Cuban person instead of an African American, it still would have worked. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, buddy.
If Marcus would have been like a Cuban dude with a family, so a Catholic kind of family,
yeah,
that would have what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that would have just flown like just
the Miami culture rather than the LA culture. That's why you got in like Lethal Weapon as opposed to Bad Boys, and it's great.
Yeah. Great.
That's my number 2.
My number 2 is on a completely different turn. You want to watch a 250-minute near biopic? Because, oh my God, The Brutalist is so fucking good.
What is The Brutalist?
It is basically it's the entire life story of, well, it's a biopic about the Holocaust survivor architect Laszlo Toth, played by
You see, there's a reason why I don't watch
Adrian
those.
Brody. Like
I
I
have
know,
watched those.
I know. It's such a good fucking movie, but it's also one like where you're like, so I'm gonna have to sit here for about a good near 4 hours, because that's
Yeah,
how long it's a long fucking movie. But
yeah.
it's one of those, again. Don't get me wrong. As we've always talked about before, especially when we do Screen Fighter, those one and done movies were like, that movie's so fucking good. It's like one of the best films that was made that year. I'll
Yeah, but I
watch it
don't want to watch
once
it again.
and then I'm done. It is The Brutalist is that quintessential movie.
That's it. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I could
number
go on.
one.
I could go on about that because, oh boy, yeah. Again, it's a 215-minute film.
That's almost as much as The Irishman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
except it's actually more interesting than The Irishman. I'm sorry, that movie was a
I didn't
slog.
like The Irishman. I stopped
The
in the
Irishman
middle.
was a fucking
I
slog.
couldn't.
My
I couldn't.
mom fell asleep 4 times watching it, and she kept saying, "Kyle, wake me up if I fall asleep."
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's how bad was it slog. But no, The Brutalist is another kind of one of those films. There are some very interesting parts, but it's very interesting. And also, like, oh my God, the soundtrack of that film. Oh my God, Daniel Blumberg's fucking score in that movie is so goddamn good. If you want a jazz score, the Brutalist score is so amazing. But yeah, that's the
All right.
Brutalist.
Let me just do something.
And I think we're in agreement on number 1 here for the year.
Yeah, what number one
But
is for me and for all my feelings, because we kind of discussed it backstage.
I'm
is
sorry, it's Deadpool vs Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
It's
Now
so fucking good. It's so
let
good.
let me start. Let me
Yeah,
start.
go ahead.
We're gonna try and do this as much spoiler free as possible, just in case somebody hasn't seen the movie.
Yeah.
Just in case. I know it's been 6 months and I've seen it at least 4 times.
And I know it's out on streaming now, but it's just recently out on streaming. So
Yeah, so I want people to enjoy some of the cameos. Now, everybody knows there are cameos in this. It was kind of publicized. So the whole story of the Deadpool Wolverine wasn't supposed to come out in July. It was supposed to come out, I think, for Easter, which is a weird move, but they wanted to have like as much room as possible. They ended up with a ton of room because a lot of stuff got delayed during July into some of it into 2025.
Yeah. So a lot of those, actually, some of those things that got delayed got canceled.
Yeah, and like Blade was supposed to be one of those. But
yep. We don't talk about Blade.
We don't talk about man, Marsha Ali. I don't know the name of the guy.
Also, there's nothing against that actor either. He's a good actor.
I thought it was a good replacement. Like, in terms of visual, I love the actor himself, but never mind.
Yeah.
So Deadpool and Wolverine, supposed to come out Easter, came out July just because of the WGA strike that went on for about 6 months. Kind of forced Ryan Reynolds to do a lot of writing, and I want to talk about the bad stuff first. The bad stuff is the story is not super solid. It really isn't. If you break it down to like storyline stuff, it's a lot of fluff. Let's just say that. That's a lot of fluff.
Very much so.
However, the homage to the Fox universe, the X-Men universe, the stuff that came out with Fox was really prevalent. And it was a real joy, and it kind of started for me because everybody knew he was gonna be in the yellow suit. But if you didn't know anything and you're like, oh, Deadpool and Wolverine are in this team up together, and you like skipped on the posters and didn't pay attention, the fact that Deadpool gets his Wolverine and he looks underneath his coat, and you don't see the yellow suit yet, and he looks at the camera and he says, well, that took 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, that's a
Ugh.
great line. That's a great line.
Fine.
And before you get to that line, you get a full spectrum of stuff that happens that is like homage to the John Byrne comic book accurate Wolverine. It also gave you a comic book accurate Wolverine. And
well,
Ryan Reynolds kind of threads that needle of, yeah, maybe we didn't want a short version of Wolverine. Maybe we did want a tall Hugh Jackman.
There's a reason why even in comic books he's, well, you know, Logan is only 5'3".
Yeah.
There's a reason why you don't want one of those. But I was gonna say, along those lines, Ryan Reynolds, I think, did what all of us, like, speak for me, all of us comic book fans and really deep nerds that have known about all of the team ups from everything that Deadpool's history, his character creation, from the dawn of time, go back and just mock every single iteration of not only Deadpool, Wolverine, but several other major characters that I won't spoil because they're in there. They're interspersed. But I think it has to be just the subtle asides that they give to even Robert Liefeld.
Yeah.
The original creator of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like this, it was, as I told you backstage, man. It's like, this is what happens when you give someone who genuinely loves the product the license to just run with it.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.
And to be fair, there are like lots of little moments. The fact that he was allowed to literally joke about Disney, about the state of the MCU.
Yep.
One of my favorite moments is when he's like, okay, you're going on this mission, and he goes out to the side, and he takes the mic and is like, I'm going to Disneyland. Fuck you, Fox. And
Yeah.
he breaks the thing. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, fuck yeah. You're like, you're so playing into the audience that he knows are like, we just don't want another superhero movie. Oh, wait. This is awesome.
Well, that plays perfectly into the character, because Deadpool is literally, that has been his shtick since he was created, where he actually breaks the fourth wall in panels.
Yeah.
So,
and to be fair, he managed to do a girl boss that everybody kind of hates right now with good reason.
yes,
And
but
make
actually,
her
like,
make her work within the context of the story. She's not powerful for no reason. She is Xavier's fucking sister.
Yeah, Cassandra.
Right?
Yeah, Cassandra.
Cassandra Nova.
Yeah.
There's a reason why she's so powerful. And even she has limits to her power because both of them did a thing. And it kind of progressed into there, right? So they did a girl boss that was still fallible. She could still lose in a certain constellation.
Well, that also too, like, they didn't make Cassandra Nova just be able to literally just beat up a man who is twice her size no, she's a fucking telepath.
Yes.
She has the utmost powers of not telepathy but also telekinesis. Like, her power is her mind. That's what makes her work as a great villain.
Yeah.
Like to have her just also just stand up and punch Wolverine in the face. Like, no, that
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Plus, you had like a few little moments here and there where you could tell it's Ryan Reynolds doing Ryan Reynolds shit.
Well, yeah,
That
it's Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, as Ryan Reynolds still in a Ryan Reynolds movie, starring Ryan Reynolds.
exactly the moment where Nice Pool turns to the camera because I can do the fourth wall too. Turns around, that proposal, and I was like,
Yes.
"Whoa, that
Yeah.
came out of left
Yeah,
field."
which is fantastic because I love the fact that he even pays attention to actually bringing in. I know it's kind of a spoiler, but it's not too much. It doesn't really pay off too much. But the entire Deadpool squad, that's comic book narrative. That actually happened.
Yeah, I know that. So everything kind of fits within the narrative of what a Deadpool comic is supposed to look like,
Correct.
feel like. And the fact that you get in I don't want to spoil too much, but a comic book accurate suit that you can finally see
Yeah.
Wolverine suit ready to
It's
go
nuts.
in
Yeah.
action, doing
It's
some stuff.
It's the 93, like it's not the tan and brown suit
No, it's
from
not
like the late 80s. It's the early 90s yellow and black and blue suit. Like yeah, it's so cool to see.
It's a complete look. It's only for a short moment because there's an excuse for it. It just doesn't just appear and then disappear for no reason. There's a reason for it. They kind of do a little bit of a joke on it, which is always great. It's all presented very, very well. And like I said, the story a little bit too much going towards the fan, which typically
Yeah.
isn't the best because it kind of ruins a few things. He had those parameters where he had to use the TVA.
Yep.
That's in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. So that's a little bit of a, something that came from Kevin Feige that he couldn't really play on. But on the whole, he managed to marry in together the MCU and the Fox Marvel story arc line movie, basically Logan.
The multiverse, yeah. Like
Yeah,
tying it all together.
the kind of where I told you this last year. I hate multiverse stories, and even Deadpool hates multiverse stories.
Yeah,
and even says it. It's like it's time to let go of that shit.
Yeah.
And they did a good little,
I will say
muscling
too.
through.
As one note, because I know we got to move on to the worst list, but it seriously, like there's one fight scene in there that is so well shot. It is, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
no spoilers on that one. You're in for a treat when you see it.
And it's not the last one.
Oh no!
It's
It's
before
the
that.
one. It's the one with just the two of them. It's yeah.
Oh, you mean the one with just the two of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like it's so well choreographed. Like,
It's in the
so well
trailer.
done. Yeah.
Half of it. Yeah. There's a lot that went into this that had a lot of pre-thought, a lot of misdirection as well, and a lot of callbacks to stuff that happened like, oh, that happened in the movie in 2000. Why don't we just call it back and make it make sense within the context of this particular movie? And it works because they're in this world outside of normal world.
Correct.
So the rules can be bent and broken, just like the Matrix, where it's beneficial and it works within the context of just mashing in together these two different worlds that like one took you in one place because most of them were standalones and another was a sort of, a standalone universe that lore is kind of cohesive and pretty rigid.
Well, except for so, again, I do love there's a callback joke because if you've seen Deadpool 2, this is something I could easily state. When he goes to the X-Men, it's like, why are you guys the only people in here?
Yes. Exactly.
Good playoff. There's a good playoff on that one, and you'll get a good chuckle out of that one.
All right. Cool. Now the fun. Let me
Oh,
see.
worst.
I put up a poll. It's, it's pretty rudimentary. I put in Deadpool, Dune 2, Furiosa, and Inside Out 2, just because it's sort of close, maybe not Furiosa, but close to the top earners, and kind of on the scale of popular and sort of on the, neither here nor there. I kind of wanted to put on Joker too, but that's not gonna happen. But I only got
gonna
3
cry
votes on
again,
it,
stop
so
it.
I'm gonna leave it on until we've finished our own thing, and then I'll switch over to the worst ones, because the worst ones are pretty easy. All right, top 5 worst movies that we actually saw in 2024. All right, cool. Honorable mentions: Beverly Hills Cop 4, Axel F.
Yep.
It's neither here nor there. The problem with me is it is better than Beverly Hills Cop 3, but it has the same story beats as Beverly Hills Cop 1 with a little bit of a twist. The best actor in the movie, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Not even Eddie Murphy.
Gordon-Levitt? Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Fucking, he's great. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, even though they did bring it back to New York, which is a better setting, I didn't like the Afterlife setting. I did like the Afterlife movie more than other people.
Yep.
Was a miss. Was a miss. It's not awful. It's just it's a 5. So like Beverly Hills Cop 4, it's a 5, but Alien Romulus. I liked the setting. I like the surrounding.
Hey, right
the
here.
surrounding.
Right here.
I
right
like
here.
the way it looked, because it looked like it's old tech, which kind of fits with the timeline of where it's supposed to be. But the story beats, again, are the same story beats as Alien 1.
Like that and Alien 2, like get away from her, you bitch. Yeah, I'm saying like, and also like applaud you
A
for that,
mishmash, yeah.
because that's on my honorable mentions list of terrible films of the year. Is Romulus.
Yeah, that's, like I said, that's my honorable mentions. Best character, it's the synth. It's the guy playing the android.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Best actor there. He's the best actor there. That switch between we'll call it the humble and the psycho.
Yeah, which was done in the original fucking Alien. They didn't need to retread this ground.
Yeah, exactly. And honorable mention, Dune Part 2. I love the Dune universe.
I know you hated it. I know, buddy.
I loved Dune Part 1. I loved Dune Part 1. Dune Part 2 is a cinematic masterpiece. It is boring.
Yeah.
I told you this, and I
even slog.
said it in other places. The movie ended. I felt like I got punched in the gut, because I knew people would love it and they're going to praise it. People who are like, that I like to watch, and I did not like it at all. And it's really hard to be sort of like, we'll call it a contrarian, but it's not a contrarian. I don't do it on purpose, but it's hard to be on the other side of something that is popular. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would say
really hard.
If anything, I would be the one out of the group that would be the contrarian, because you know me.
Yeah, I know you.
And my film views where I actually did like Dune 2. That's why I was taken aback when you didn't like it, because I'm like, holy shit, I liked it and he hated it. Oh no.
Yeah.
Something's inherently wrong with the film if my buddy who loves Dune did not like this movie.
Yeah. All right. Honorable mentions for you.
First and foremost, goddamn, with a fucking bullet, Lord of the Rings, was it War of the Rohirrim? Why?
I didn't have the heart to even dabble with it, because I'm so burnt from Rings of Power.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Following upon that, has to be. I know. I've seen it early, and oh boy, yeah. There's a reason. The new Snow White.
How did you watch it early?
Yeah,
Well, it's not even supposed to come out 2024.
screener stuff. Well, we'll talk backstage.
We'll put that aside. That's
Yeah.
2025 release.
Yeah. Nah. Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's so terrible.
Yeah, it's one of those movies where I'm probably not gonna watch. Like, I have not seen The Little Mermaid renew. I'm not a Disney guy at all. So
Well, the thing about the remake of The Little Mermaid was, again, where it didn't need to be fucking made
yeah,
to begin with, and also, like, it did nothing to change the entire concept of it. And then also there is the other one that probably is going to get me a lot of hate, but I hated this fucking movie. It was so bad, and I know that almost nobody saw it. That's why it's on my honorable mention list. Anora. Oh my god.
never heard
Want
of
to
it.
talk about a fucking boring fucking movie? Jesus Christ.
Okay.
It's,
Anything else on the honorable list?
That's going to be
dishonorable.
Well, the other one on my dishonorable list would, as much as I want to put it on there, I'm gonna have to. Wicked. Oh, it's so bad. And I'm gonna
Look,
get a lot of hate for this. I know
dude,
I am, but it's such a bad fucking adaptation of the film of the entire Broadway musical. It's so bad.
you've probably seen the Broadway musical, have you?
I've seen it like several times.
I hate musicals.
Oh,
with a
I know you
passion.
do. I think the only one that you like is Cannibal the Musical.
Probably. No, I like Grease. No, like I
Yeah,
like Grease
Grease
and
is
I
okay.
like Little Shop of Horrors. But
Oh, yeah,
on the
yeah.
whole, on the general, I hate musicals. Now,
yeah.
I'm aware that Chicago is a great adaptation, a great movie with Richard Gere and Catherine Zeta-Jones and all that
and,
stuff.
Renee Zellweger, yeah, it was in that too.
I
Yeah.
cannot even try and watch that movie because it's a musical. I
That-
am
that-
not
and
going to watch it.
Also,
It's not for me.
Moulin Rouge. Oh my god, that movie's fucking insufferable. I'm sorry.
I haven't even
Baz
attempted.
Luhrmann, do better, man.
I'm not. It is so far off. I know the structure of the musical, and it's so rarely that it works for me that I'm not done. And if you like what I mentioned, Grease and Little Shop of Horrors, these are like 80s and 70s movies. I have not seen a new musical that I actually liked, except for Hannibal the musical. But that's
Cannibal the
I
musical.
I love
Cannibal
the Trey Parker, Matt
was
Stone.
again like, but that was only like what that was. I think it was 94 when they made that. So again, it's like 30 years were removed from. Well,
Yeah.
that also South Park, bigger, longer.
Yeah, South Park is
because technically that's a musical. Technically,
I wouldn't even call it that. There's like I tried to I did it in my review. It's not even out, but a musical specifically is a show or a movie that the songs lead you to the next bit from scene to scene. And there is something that actually happens in the song that does the transition from one point, from a point A into point B, and from B to C. The half of the information you get from the song. That's a musical. If it's just songs that are like situational, it's not a musical. We're going to talk about that real soon, about a different movie.
Okay.
Number 5, worst movie of the year, Gladiator 2.
Wow, we are in simpatico. That is my number 5.
Gladiator 2 should not have been made because Gladiator 1 had a complete story, a complete arc, and there was no reason, and I do mean no reason, to make a sequel to this movie. And to top it all off, it's 20 years later. It is the same director. He's 20 years older, and it's Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott lost. I don't know if he even had it, but lost the ability to tell a cohesive story. And all he does is do a cinematic marvel. And this is the same path that Danny Villeneuve is definitely on. Because I liked Arrival, but only the first half. And I liked some other stuff that he did, but I realized the first half is pretty good. The rest of it really falls flat at the end.
So bad. Yeah.
So Dune Part 2 is definitely with that ilk. So Gladiator 2. Dude, the dude playing the Gladiator, Paul Mescal, I think.
He's
has no gravitas.
Well,
the best actor in the movie is Denzel Washington.
No, Washington. Because again, what I was talking to the little platoon about this the other day, where it's Denzel Washington like playing basically the same character he has for the last 20 fucking years since Training Day. It's like
it's just anything to add on top of that? It looks great.
Well, yeah, it looks good, but
anyway,
that's about it.
That's it. All right, that was fast.
Yeah, well, I can go on about Gladiator 2, but there's no point. I waste breath.
Number 4. This might be a contentious one because it's so low on the top 5. Joker 2, Folie à Deux.
Oh man, well,
I did not hate this movie as much as everyone else did. I kind of thought it's even going to be in my honorable mentions. I'm not going to lie.
Oh,
now,
really? Okay.
Yeah. The thing is this. If you take out all the song parts of it, and you could take the movie, edit out all the song
parts,
still works.
Do you know how long that film would be?
An hour and a half.
No. 63 minutes.
No. I think I went through it. It's about an hour and a half.
Full clarity. Like it is so much you could cut out of that movie. And I can see why you're talking about musicals now. That's my number 1, by the way, is Joker.
We'll get to it. So I'm not gonna mix words here. The fact of the matter is, I have a theory about the movie. I don't know if people want to listen, and I really don't want to spoil stuff, but I saw something at the beginning that I had a mental note in, and then something really dark happens at the end, and I was like, how did nobody see this was coming? And I definitely saw this one coming a mile away. Dude, a mile away. You know what I'm talking about. And I even mentioned it like behind the scenes, right? I saw that coming, and I thought that whole arc was like, how does nobody get that Joker is an unreliable narrator? He was unreliable narrator in the movie that everybody liked. They're both dark. And I said so. It's a part of a theory that I thought about. I heard someone else say it, so it's kind of confirmed that I'm on some sort of a wavelength.
Yeah.
The first movie and the second movie are a part of a bigger movie. Okay? The first part is crime. The second part is punishment. They do work well together. They do have a cohesive look to them cinematically. I know people hate it, and you're gonna wait with your explanation. But I do think they do work together. If you take out the musical numbers, still works as a movie. It is a much better movie without them, because the song bits just take you out of the movie. And like I said, I didn't hate it as much as other people do. But the fact of the matter is, the songs are there. And I did have to literally
suffer
grown
through a
through
lot of
it.
them. Yes, yeah.
You're not supposed to grow through a movie.
Yeah.
And it just fell flat. And I am absolutely sure Todd Phillips did not want to make this movie.
No,
They
he didn't.
dumped a-
That's
they
going to be part of the
dumped a
reason that we talked
bunch of
about.
money in his front lawn, and he
Yeah.
just couldn't say no. And what he did was cleverly did the movie he thought people would hate and that WB would allow him to make.
Yeah, that's well, okay. We can just go on this point too, so
Well,
we can just
You
not
can
talk about
you
it
can
later.
elaborate on what you think.
Well, okay.
What-
Okay, we'll hold on.
What's your number 4?
My number 4 is actually a movie that was oddly a lot of fucking fun. Because a
Okay.
lot of people that when I went to go see this was in the end of February, people were sitting in the theaters laughing out loud about what a terrible fucking movie this was.
Okay.
Madam Web.
A movie that I have not seen.
It is so awful. People were literally laughing at it. Going to see it to laugh at it.
That's not what you want of your movie.
No.
No.
Dakota
Oh, my
Johnson
God.
was actually kind of right in her little stinger where it's like, I think it's going to be so good, you're going to want to see it twice. Well, it was so bad, I did go see it twice.
Jesus. All right. Oh, woo. I
Number
guess
3.
you don't have anything more to elaborate on
No,
that one.
there's really not much more to elaborate about that, except for the fact, like, I don't know how you would make Sydney Sweeney the demure character, because it
Doesn't work.
Look at her. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Body type does not work.
All right. Cool. Number 3, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga.
Okay.
Dude, what the fuck were they thinking?
I
What
have
did
no
George Miller
fucking
think about?
idea.
I could not believe George Miller made this movie. It is
Like I will have to I will have to give that just one bit of credit. Is you can tell that a certain actor was having the fucking time of his life.
Chris Hemsworth as
was
Dr. Dementis.
he
is
was
the
having
best character
so
in the
much
fucking movie.
fun. And you could tell, like, even with that one scene when they pulled his nipple ring off, he says, "Woo!" He was having so much fun making that movie.
By the way, that nose was crucial to the story.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Crucial. I could not believe people didn't know it was Chris Hemsworth. How?
It's fucking Thor. Are you
Did you
blind?
not notice? It's Thor. It's Fat Thor with a nose.
Yeah.
Man, I'm dude. People did not know it was Thor until the credits.
I still have no idea how you could not look at him and go like, that's fucking Chris Hemsworth.
Anyway, that movie was dumb, was stupid. It was a Mad Max story with no technically there was a shot with him and the interceptor from the back. No.
Yeah,
No.
it didn't make any sense. Like, it was supposed to be the backstory of how of how Furiosa got to where she was and working for a guy, but it's like,
Yeah.
Ugh,
I mean, if you liked like Mad Max Fury Road from 2015, 16 with Tom
Hardy and Charlize Theron.
If you like that movie, then
Again-
you can
again-
tolerate Furiosa.
Also, as an aside, another film with Nick Holt in it that was actually pretty good.
I didn't like it, but I didn't think it was bad.
Bad, yeah.
But Furiosa was just bad. And Anya Taylor-Joy,
Joy, I can't.
she
I'm
did.
sorry.
She had such a great selection in the past 5-6 years. She was in Peaky Blinders. She was in
The Menu.
Northman. She was in fucking Queen's Gambit. So many good like roles that fit her body type,
Fit
her
character,
look, her everything. And Furiosa,
Furiosa,
she's not
yeah.
even the same body type as fucking
Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron.
No.
No, just no.
Yep. I agree
Number
on that
3
one.
for you.
Now at number 3 on the kind of same dystopian future bit is Borderlands.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
dear sweet baby Jesus. I don't think a worse video game adaptation has been made yet, because this was literally the worst one I've seen. It is. There is a reason why it was made. Technically, initial principal photography was finished 3 years ago, and it didn't release until just this year. It went through
Um,
it went through multiple post-edit rewrites, reshoots, redirectors. Eli Roth was brought in, fired twice, brought back in. Like it's
it's one of those
such a
movies.
terrible
If
mess.
we ever, yeah, if we ever
Do
decide
another
to do
one of
another,
those.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, month of just catastrophes.
It is right up
There's
there on that
there's
list.
so many movies in the past 2 years
Years
that have
that-
gone
that-
through those catastrophes with reshoots, redos, just the MCU movies alone.
Alone.
But
Yeah.
problem is they don't release that information, so you don't get a definitive answer.
There's a lot of speculation and hearsay.
Yeah, a lot of speculation, and we do want to do our due diligence, and when we say things, we mean them because it's fact and not sort of rumors and whatever. So yeah, maybe someday, maybe
So
someday.
yeah, so my number 3, oh god, yeah, it has to be Borderlands. That's I don't
Alright.
know. That should have never been released.
Okay. Number 2, Roadhouse. Now, if you haven't seen Roadhouse,
Okay.
and
This I find interesting because I actually enjoyed that one.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
No, this is fair. It's fair. It's fair. Shoot.
Okay. First of all, the original Roadhouse was not great.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
mean,
sugar coated and rose
No,
tinted. That
but let's-
movie bombed. Like it
let's-
was
oh, yeah.
bomb.
It was a bomb, and it's one of those films like Samurai Cop and everything that gained a cult status when it came to VHS. Like as soon as it hit home video,
It was
through the
home
roof.
video. It was fire. When it came out, it fucking bombed. People did not want to see Patrick Swayze swing that fucking swing fists and roundhouse kicks everybody. No, they wanted ghost Patrick Swayze. They wanted fucking even Red Dawn Patrick Swayze, but not like a fucking bouncer Patrick. Nobody wanted to see that. This
true.
Roadhouse has nothing to do with the original Roadhouse.
Nothing at all. Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. It was more of a UFC adjacent movie
film?
than
Oh,
an
yeah.
actual Roadhouse
come on.
movie.
With Conor McGregor as one of the main antagonists, yeah.
It was ridiculous. It was a definite popcorn movie. It felt like a streaming movie. It felt like a like straight to home video movie.
No, you're right.
I'm not even joking.
It felt like one of those back in the days direct to DVD releases, like the Scorpion King 4, you know?
Yeah, something like that. I absolutely hated it. Absolutely hated
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry you felt that way, man. I had fun with it because, again, I knew it was going to be dumb going in, where I'm just like, okay.
I was cringing to no end on how transparent the plot twists and the plot points were going. I
Oh,
was like,
yes.
"Oh, you fucking
It's like, I've watched the movie before. I know exactly where this is going. I know who the bad guy
my
is.
God." Paul Harley's like, "I enjoyed the new Roadhouse. It's not the great movie, but it's not better than the OG."
OG, yeah.
Correct.
That is correct. I mean,
Oh my God. I don't know what it is. It got on my nerves. And then the last action scene was like so ridiculous.
it's so fucking over the
superhero.
top. It is way, like, I will give you that. It is super over. That last scene makes no sense whatsoever. Like, everybody should be dead. Everybody in this set of circumstances, they're dead.
Yeah. The best scene is the scene where he just arrives and he tackles all 4 of these guys and he drives them to the hospital.
But yeah,
That's the best
opening
scene.
fight scene, which honestly, like one of the main actors in that, one of the main lead guys, was the main character of the Mayans MC show, which was a spin-off of Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's my number 2. What's yours?
The Crow.
I thought it would be number 1, but I know what's number 1.
No, oh my God. Like, way to miss the entire point of not only the original film, but also the entire narrative of the actual property of The Crow. Like, it's, I feel so bad because it literally, like, they made this as almost like it's pissing on the memory of Brandon Lee. Like,
Yeah, I've heard he's not turning into the Crow until like half of the movie or something.
Pretty much, yeah. Basically, there's a whole bunch of junkies who are suicidal, and then like then it happens. But it's also like, no.
And the excuse of this is not like there's so many different crows, like it's another version. No, dude.
No. This was supposed to be like literally. This is the main character from the titular series.
Is it supposed to be Eric Draven?
It is.
Then what the fuck are you doing?
Like, it's not like Crow 2 City of Angels or the other spin-off Crows where like they're a different version of the same kind of titular character where, you know, the Crow inhabits like a spirit of vengeance and inhabits the body of someone who has been wronged before they die. No. This is supposed to be the same dude. Then also, I mean, like Bill Skarsgård, buddy, God, you gotta get a better fucking manager, buddy. Seriously.
Oh boy.
I thought that, I'll put it this way. I would be more afraid of Jared Leto's Joker coming at me.
You mean Skeletor?
Yes.
I can't believe they're gonna make him Skeletor.
I know.
Oh my God. Well, good for him, man. Good for him. He's gonna be in every single IP.
Bill Skarsgård, get some better fucking get a better casting agent. Get somebody working on your behalf to get a better fucking role, man.
That whole family is fucking talented, but oh my God, I even liked him.
I know you liked him in Barbarian. Like
it's my favorite character there.
Keith was a good dude. He literally was a good dude.
Man, anyway, right. Number 1 for me, Borderlands. That movie was fucking awful.
It's so bad.
That movie was so awful. By the way, The Crow is not on my list because I haven't seen The Crow.
Yeah, because
I know of stuff that happened tangentially because I didn't care to actually go and watch it. So I didn't care about spoilers and all that stuff. And I watched other people's reviews and I was like, oh, phew, dodge that bullet. And I was like, Borderlands is tremendously awful. If I didn't have a movie review channel that I didn't sort of force myself to go and experience even bad movies, I knew going in it's not going to be the best. But, and like I said it in my original review, I'm not a Borderlands fan. I'm a fan of the Borderlands Telltale game, which is a fantastic game. But if your experience with the Borderlands universe which sort of spectrum, is it just Telltale? Is just the Telltale game? Good. Don't play the original game. I've played Borderlands 2. I did not enjoy it that much. I really enjoy the Telltale game. I saw somebody else play it. When I had the chance, I got it. I got it for free. I played it myself. It is a fantastic Borderlands story. It's a fantastic story within the Borderlands kind of universe thing. Yeah. And they could have just copied that because that had humor, it had drama, it had emotions, like, you know, sad emotions, fun emotions. It had all that in that particular game. And what we got from this adaptation is the names of the characters. I think the overall look of them, some of them,
Well,
not
okay,
all.
okay. They got the look of Kate Blanchett's hair as Lilith. They got right.
That's it.
That's about it. And also the actor who played Krieg. But it would have been his build. It would have been so much better if they would have just gone with the original story of the original Borderlands game and had it not be Krieg, because Krieg was a DLC character in Borderlands 2. If they just would have had it be Brick, because Brick was one of the main characters in Borderlands 1, and replaced, obviously replaced Kevin Smith, because he is miscast.
Kevin
No.
Smith?
Sorry, Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Dude, Kevin Hart, I don't know what the fuck he was doing in that movie.
Completely miscast. They could have put any other actor who's African American with a taller frame, put him in as that character, as Roland. Fine.
I didn't even know what the fuck he was doing. He didn't have any influence on the story, on the action, nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely
I would
nothing.
say also the actress who played Tiny Tina, I have to give her credit because they did get the model look of her right. But also Jack Black as Claptrap. Come on, serious.
It was fun for the first few minutes, and then it got annoying. Now, Claptrap is an annoying character in the game.
He's supposed to be in universe. He's supposed to be like it several times. Like the first time you meet him in several different versions of the game. Like Raiders have made him their own personal bullet test dummy because they hate him so much. Like
yes, he's supposed to be annoying. So they got the casting right, but that character within the game is annoying. I remember him in Borderlands 2. It was like, get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you. I have to talk to you because it's within the game. I don't want to talk to you.
You are a plot contrivance.
Yeah. So Borderlands is, to me, the worst movie of the year. Like, from what I've seen, from what I've enjoyed and not enjoyed, this had nothing. No story, no nothing. And you know what? Cinematically, it was oversaturated with color.
Thank you so much. It
was
an
who decided to turn up the contrast on my eyes, dude. It was an actual assault on my eyes. It was too much.
What they were trying to go with the oversaturated look of the Borderlands series without doing actually the actual etchings that's inherent in all of the Borderlands game that has their own specific aesthetic.
Yeah, it looks like it's painted on. So it's looked like a comic book game, but it's not really.
All they did was they just turned the contrast up to fucking 10,000 and just try to blow your eyeballs out, especially in opening big desert shots where it goes from them being inside a tunnel outside to that where it's like, oh, by the way, I just got flashbanged by the camera shot. It's so bad.
Fucking oversaturated mess. Story was a mess. Acting was beyond. It's Kate Blanchett. Holy shit.
Well, that come on. Let's not put it all on Kate's shoulders here. Let's also
Jamie Lee Curtis ruined it too.
Come on.
And Kevin Hart does not know how to act. I have not seen any movie with Kevin Hart in it that he is not Kevin Hart. And as opposed to Ryan Reynolds, Kevin Hart does not make me laugh in a movie. He does not make me laugh in any movie he has been in.
I think the only one that I really did like him in was that one film that he did with The Rock. I think the CIA one.
I've seen 20 minutes of it, and it was 20 minutes too much.
That was the only bit that I liked.
These are two actors. Yeah. One of them is a actor.
Yeah.
These are two guys that if they're in a movie, I'm not watching the movie. Like Jumanji is off the table.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Is off the table.
It's got it.
I cannot stand that duo. There is no way I'm willingly watching, not let alone going to pay to watch, The Rock and Kevin Hart in a movie. I absolutely detest The Rock. as an actor. You know what movie I liked him kind of in? Was
Tooth Fairy?
Baywatch. And that Baywatch movie was stupid.
Yeah, well,
Was
also
stupid.
that had the Alexander Daddario in it, so it's really hard to hate that movie.
Point
Hey,
taken and matched.
and
Right.
also how Alexander Daddario in Baywatch was not supposed to be the hot lifeguard. What? No. What? No.
Yeah,
Huh?
she was not. Yeah, she was not supposed to be the Pamela Anderson of that movie. That's
Which
what's weird.
no, huh?
Yeah. Anyway,
So
I
yes, yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you on that one. Yeah, Borderlands was my number 3. I'm glad it was your number 1 because it's bad. Again, the only thing
number
I have
one
to
for
add
you.
for is Joker 2. Wow. Um, I have never seen a director and cast actually antagonize their audience more in the history of film. Todd Phillips literally told the audience, "Don't go see this movie. It's not for you."
Continue. I'm just trying to do a poll
No,
here.
that's all I really wanted to throw that out there is you've said your bit about it, and I still don't think it works as a cohesive narrative at all. I really don't. I think it was rushed. I think it was forced. I think that basically again, Todd Phillips was given a whole bunch of money to make this movie, and he didn't want to make it, so he said, "Fuck it. We're gonna do exactly what I want to do with it, and I'm gonna make everybody hate me for it." To be fair, it worked.
Yeah, like I said, I put it as my number 4, and I don't hate it as much as other people do. That I know, like really, Tom really hates
He
the
hates it.
movie.
Well, that and also it's recently new, so I don't want to go into too much of a spoiler territory
Well,
about
all of
stuff.
them are kind of new.
So,
Like Gladiator 2 is like
yeah,
from a
but we
month ago.
we didn't touch too much into it. But I could touch more on Joker 2 and the reason why it's terrible. But it's all about plot character beats, and that's would be spoiler stuff. And
Yeah, that's a shame.
yeah.
All right. So Joker 2, Borderlands, Gladiator 2, what's more to put on the list? Furiosa?
Furiosa, yeah.
That's like 4 that I've put on the list. You can go vote on it and as much as you want. Now, we've got about 3/4 of an hour till the end of our regular show. I wanted to do something fun, so you have your poll that you can do on the stuff chat. However, there is something more interactive you can join us with, and that is something that everybody loves. And we'll go through it because there are some movies that we mentioned, like I said, honorable mention and all that stuff. But there are movies that we haven't even mentioned. And for that, we have our tier list. Now, let me set this up.
Yes, yeah.
Because
We're doing a classic S ranking tier list here.
a classic S to F tier stuff, but I've instead of F, I just left it at garbage because there's so much garbage. Now, there are a ton of movies out there that we haven't really mentioned, like the Garfield movie, Hitman.
Yeah, there's also one that is oddly enough next to Madam Web, right down. The reason why Sydney Sweeney did right next to
This one?
the reason why Sydney Sweeney did Madam Web is so she could get that movie made, and it's an awesome fucking horror movie.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's really good.
All right, cool. So, you guys out there in the chat, give us your opinion once we talk about a specific movie. Now, it's really hard. These are really tiny. So, but we're going to start with what we have is Dune 2. What do you say, Dune 2?
Dune
C tier?
2, I would put it. I know that you have it at C tier. I would put it at A tier.
Dune 2 for
yeah.
you is A tier?
Low A, high B tier. Because I genuinely enjoyed the movie. I know that you didn't, but so
I'm willing to put it at B. At
B.
B.
Okay, that's fair. Fair.
I'm not gonna
Compromise.
put high B, low B. It's just a B. I'm not gonna try and play within the tier itself. It's just gonna be what it is. Paul is like C or B. Go right ahead, guys. Just put the letter in. It's fine.
Meth?
We're either gonna accept it or not. It's fine.
Meth. We have an old friend in the chat. Biffer.
Yeah, Biffer is back. Oh, welcome back,
Biffer, hey
Biffer.
buddy.
Love you, missed you, your insights and everything. All good. Madam Webb.
Madam Webb. Oh, for laughs, S tier. For actual films, garbage.
Actual film. Actual film, garbage.
Garbage. Oh yeah,
Garbage.
it's
Into the garbage you go. Right. Argyle.
Argyle, D tier.
I've seen the movie. I've seen the start of it. I know where it's going. My wife was like, "This is awful."
I would say the only thing that's good about it is Henry Cavill and of course Bryce Dallas Howard, because I'm a fan of redheads. That's the only good thing about the movie. Well, Sam Rockwell's kind of funny in it. I put it at
Garbage.
Okay, fair.
It goes into the bin. Beekeeper. I haven't seen it, so it's all about.
We talked about this backstage. I have to say, flat out, I genuinely enjoyed that movie. It's Jason Statham being Jason Statham in another Jason Statham movie, but it's just fun. So I would say, obviously, it's not an A or an S tier, but it's solid B. It's a solid movie that you could just turn on an afternoon and just watch it and be like, I had fun.
All right, so B tier.
B
I'll
tier.
accept that. I thought from what we talked.
See right there, B tier for Beekeeper.
Paul says it's C. I think he means Beekeeper. Andre and Tom really like it for what it is, like a great action popcorn movie. I just heard him talk about it, so that's my impression of it. So yeah, okay, cool. Let me go down a bit. So have you seen the Sydney Sweeney horror flick thingy that you said?
It's so good.
What do you rank it at? B?
I
found it. It's here.
For a horror film, A tier. A tier easy.
Interesting.
It's really, really fucking good. And for
I would say the name, actually, but it's so small, it's really hard for me to read.
What's so interesting too is she went way outside of her box to not only want to make that film made, she executive produced that movie, she starred in it, and she helped co-write some of the lines for her character in it. Like, it's so good. And take Sydney Sweeney, like, obviously she's a gorgeous woman, clearly, but she's actually a phenomenal actress if she's given the opportunity.
Interesting.
That movie showed it.
All right, Roadhouse. Personally, I would put it as a garbage, but I've seen the chat go, and everybody was like, "It's terrible, but it's fun."
So it's like low C, D
I'm
tier.
gonna put it as a D tier.
Okay.
Just for the fact that it's a straight to home video kind of movie, just like the original.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
that's fair.
We'll put it at that. Let me go down the list a little bit here, because there's so many.
There's Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon.
No,
is, well,
wait.
Crow
We've got
garbage.
Crow is
well,
Crow is garbage.
Yes.
Rebel Moon. Where did you saw Rebel Moon? It's part 2. I would say I haven't seen it.
It's still like low D, almost pure garbage. Like they're bad. They are. So bad.
I'll find it again. Alien Romulus. I'm gonna put it up because otherwise it would be an issue.
It's on our
Alien Romulus.
Dishonorable mentions. I'm gonna have to I know it just for the love of the franchise, I have to give it like a C tier. Because even if you watch it, you're still going to have a good time watching the movie. So I can't say it's that bad, but it's still meh.
I'll take it. I'll take a C.
I would say also, too, that if you're going to watch Romulus, just go watch the original Alien or Aliens.
Oh, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie, Trap. You've seen it. I have not.
I thought it was a return to form like Devil. I genuinely enjoyed it. I think it's M. Night Shyamalan actually making a good film again. So that to me is B tier, almost A tier.
All right. Okay. Cool. Despicable Me 4. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. So that's
Okay.
all you, bud. Because well,
So
you
this
had it on your best list, which again you said that it tied the entire like Illumination universe
Illuminate.
together.
Yeah, I would say I would probably give it an A tier.
A tier?
It's a big ask for me, but I would probably give it an A tier, like sort of a low A tier, but I would give it an A tier because it's just so much fun. It's a great. You know what? They know their audience. They know they
That's true.
cater to the
Yeah.
audience. It's written for the audience, but the odd like the age bracket that people can enjoy it, like with their kids or just the kids, just phenomenal.
Oh boy, I see one in that top right corner that should be in
This
garbage
one,
immediately.
Mean
Yes,
Girls,
the remake, the reimagining of Mean
garbage,
Girls.
straight to the garbage, dude.
Why
Straight to the garbage.
Why would you remake that one?
The Zendaya movie, the threesomes Zendaya movie, Challengers. Have you seen it?
Oh my god, it's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
So why wasn't it the top 5?
Because it's so
You forgot
new,
about it.
I don't want to actually. Well, that and also don't want to give any more credit to it because it's like people say like, oh my god, no, this movie's so like it's an interesting take on this people's sexuality. No, it's not. It's
Okay.
it's
So
it's
garbage
such
or
a
D tier?
I would have to say it's pretty much low D tier, bordering on garbage.
I'll put it at D tier, I guess. Let me see. I still can't find Long Legs over here. It's probably here.
Oh well, you can't put Cuckoo on there. Could already see Cuckoo.
Oh, okay. You've seen Cuckoo, and you said
Cuckoo?
it's pretty good, and I have it.
Cuckoo is my opinion flat out S tier.
Really?
It's a great fucking movie.
Okay.
That movie's a lot of fun.
You failed me on some things this year, but you've hit the nail on the head on other things that you're like, oh, you have to watch this. And I was watching this and like, maybe not.
Well,
but
hey,
some of them were like, oh shit, I love this movie.
I got you with Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
No. I mean new films.
Oh, new films. Yeah.
New films. Have you seen Inside Out 2?
No, I haven't yet.
I can give it. Look. My daughter went to watch it. Now my daughter is in the age bracket of what the movie is all about.
It's for the kid. Yeah.
It's
her.
Exactly 12-year.
Yeah,
it's 12-year-old girls, specifically 12-year-old girls, but it could be like 12-year-old boys too. She said it was boring, and I was like, really?
Huh.
She was like, she liked the first one. My wife liked the first one. She said I should watch it. I like it's Pixar. I would put it at a C tier because,
okay,
you know,
I mean
it's not
that's
bad.
fair. I haven't seen
It's
it.
just boring. Fall Guy.
Fall Guy, again, honorable mentions on my list. It's high A tier. I had so much fun with that movie.
Not B.
I would think high B, low A, around there. Yeah,
I would put it at B because I didn't feel the need to watch it.
That's fair.
So we'll go with that. Let me see. Smile 2. Have you watched it?
Yeah.
And I know you've watched Smile 1 because I think you said I should watch it.
Because I thought it had a unique and interesting premise. Smile 2 is just, it shouldn't have been made. It's low C, D tier. It's basically like it's a continuation of a story that shouldn't have barely been told in the first place.
I'm looking for it. Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh, it's S. Come on.
It's S.
S.
There's not a lot of really S tier stuff. I have to say. even like my favorite films, I wouldn't rank them like super S.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm trying to look for other stuff. Bad Boys. You haven't seen it. I've seen it. I would give it. I don't want to give it a B. I really, really enjoyed it. It's, to be honest, it really is much closer to Bad Boys 1 than to Bad Boys 3.
Yep.
That's why I said it's 1, 4, 3, 2. So I'm going to give it an A as well. I really enjoyed it. It's much more than just your typical popcorn movie because there are some like stuff that they put in, which is very much 1995 humor.
Gotcha.
And then added in some like
Oh.
good like
There it
up
is.
to date
There's-
humor. What?
The Wolf's right there.
Oh, Wolves. You haven't seen Wolves. I've seen Wolves. It's a B. It's a B. I wouldn't call it because you know what? The premise is good. The execution is good. I expected something else, but I'm not pissed at what I got. But like I said, it's slower than the trailer is like pop fast. The movie itself is very like they're both like 60. So I would put it at a solid B. I would like definitely watch it again like in a couple of years. Definitely. Let me see. Anything else? It's like I said, it's really hard to get the small. Oh, Gladiator 2. Garbage. Feelings? You hear? I think he got disconnected. Guys, what do you say? Gladiator 2. I say garbage. It's garbage. Let me scroll down a little bit. Oh, so Nosferatu is here. Damn. It only comes out in a couple more days. But what do you guys think about the new Transformers movie? I haven't watched it. I know it got good results. What do you think about the new Transformers movie? I've seen snippets of it, but because the problem for me is I love G1 Transformers. That's my shit. I don't like anything else. I've seen the Transformers movie, Galvatron, all that stuff. If it's not Megatron and Optimus and all the like G1 stuff, it's definitely not for me. I'm a G1 guy. I would definitely put it at like a C, I guess. Let me pull it back a little bit. What else do we have here that I've actually seen? Little Mermaid remake, definitely garbage. Oh, what's your thoughts about Wild Robot? Because I haven't seen it, and I know people absolutely love it. So please give me a shot. Give me your number on the Wild Robot. I heard it's pretty darn good. Let me see if there's something else. I'm looking for Long Legs. Oh, Joker Part 2. Joker 2, Folly Adieu. Like I said, if All My Feelings was here, I think he just got disconnected. If All My Feelings was here, he would probably say Joker Folly Adieu, garbage. I would say D tier, and most people would have said garbage. So I'm tempted. I'm really tempted on. I'll just put it at garbage. Because to be fair, if you're a director and you don't want people to watch your movie, you did a disservice to yourself, to be fair. It's okay. Didn't pay attention during Wild Rope. Oh, you didn't pay attention. Wow. That's not really good. Furiosa. I think who said he liked it? I think One Punch Man said he liked it. I'm gonna put Furiosa at D. Just because of our rankings. That's it. Joker 2 equals garbage was made to backhand people who like Joker. Skirm. One movie that came up, I didn't mention it here. Where is it? I kind of lost it with all the shuffle. Is the movie Hitman with the guy who did Twisters. By the way, Twisters, I need to look for it here. It's probably here somewhere. I didn't watch Twisters as well. It just did not interest me whatsoever. And when I heard it really doesn't have anything really to do with the original, I was like, so why did you make it? But Hitman, I started to watch Hitman. I saw about half of the movie and it was really boring. It was like, I was like really, really boring. And I need to find it again. So Twisters is here. What do you say about Twisters? Let me pull it up just to make sure it's up there so I can, just in case. Where is Hitman? Now I found it. I found it. I would put Hitman at C tier though. It's not bad. It's just again, it's the expectations that the trailer built for you, and then you actually get to the actual movie and you're like, that's not really what you sold to me. All right. So I'm not going to rank Twisters just yet, but if you've got a rank for Twisters, guys, just put Twisters and rank with it so I'll know it is what it is. Let me see. Oh, I've seen it earlier. There we go. Axel F. Beverly Hills Cop 4. Dude, I think I've seen it within the 20 minutes of it actually dropping on Netflix. And I was like, great. It's like, I can watch it really early. And I think I had my review done within 4 hours of finish watching it. Thank God it was on Netflix. I can literally like move forward 10 seconds. Sometimes I move forward 10 seconds. And sometimes I skipped over actual lines. So I had to go back. So it didn't really work, but there was one great action scene in it. And the bad guy in it is totally telegraphed from the very start. As soon as you meet the guy in the movie, you're like, oh, that's the bad guy. Like, okay. It's D for me. It's not complete garbage because there are some fun moments in it. And I did say Joseph Gordon-Levitt is like, it's a really great character, but it's all it's not good. Borderlands. Garbage. Straight garbage. Borderlands is straight garbage. I tried Axel F, but it was out of tune. Man, there's a lot of movies that I was like, okay, I guess. And I watched them and I really didn't enjoy them. And there were a lot of movies that I kind of knew are not. It's not that they're bad. They're just not for me. All right. I'm going to try and find Beetlejuice. There it is. I found it. Found it. Beetlejuice was on my honorable mentions for good. But it wasn't like, oh my God, I can't believe they finally made it. It was okay. The storyline kind of fell apart, but there are some great fun moments in them. And you get you get way more Beetlejuice in Beetlejuice 2 than you actually get in the original Beetlejuice, which is great because if you're a fan of like the animated series, that takes it to a whole different place. That takes it in a whole different dimension where Beetlejuice is kind of the hero or the anti-hero, and Winona Ryder's character kind of joins them in the dead world, and that they have all sorts of crazy kind of adventures, and it's a much more kid-friendly Beetlejuice. This one is not kid-friendly Beetlejuice. This is like the old Beetlejuice, and Michael Keaton really nailed the role again. Which was surprising. Was it a fantastic movie? No. Was it like B or A tier? No. It's a C tier. I enjoyed it for the most part, but there are moments where it kind of falls flat and on its face, basically. And that whole dance number that they did was, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? All right, what else? What else? Megalopolis. Garbage. Absolute fucking garbage. I did not make a review of Megalopolis, nor did it made my top 5 worst. But All My Feelings watched it, and he told me it was a self-indulgent fucking movie, and it fell flat, and he said even worse things that I cannot remember, but it's garbage, and he would admit that too. Let me see. A movie that I really want to watch is Nosferatu. It's here, it's right there. I can't really rate it because I haven't watched it. Y2K. What do you think about Y2K? I know it's out and it's like 2 weeks or something, and it's not doing that well. I haven't watched it. I have no desire of watching it. This week, I'm actually going to watch a couple of movies. One is Nosferatu, and the other one is Sonic 3. Now, I haven't gone to watch Sonic 3 and review it for the channel for one reason and one reason only. My wife's company is doing not a retreat, but a sort of a treat at the end of the year for everybody. Last year, they did it as well. Last year? Yeah. Was it last year or 2 years ago? They did it as well. We got to see Avatar 2 for free. So we're going to watch Sonic 3 for free. So I was like, I don't want to pay. It's a lot of money to go out and watch a movie. So I do want to watch the new, I do want to watch the biopic with Timothy Chalamet about Bob Dylan, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna watch it next year. I'm just gonna wait until it comes out on streaming. Y2K, no joke for this one. Pathetic garbage. It's supposed to be another vehicle for Zegler. Oh, it's the Rachel Zegler movie. Yeah, that's terrible. That's gonna go in the garbage. That is gonna go in the garbage once I found it again. There we go. Found it. Yeah. I thought as much. I just needed a confirmation. Just needed a confirmation. I don't expect much for Sonic 3. It's not a movie that I would particularly enjoy. My kids really enjoyed Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. So if they get entertained by it, that's probably going to be my perspective when I do get to writing my review, because I do count on my kids sometimes when it comes to these movies. So they really enjoyed Despicable Me 4. So that was my impression going into writing my review, because I was not only wanting my own perspective about the movie, I did get their perspective and they really enjoyed it. And it's something that I actually took them out into the theater. We paid tickets, we got some fucking popcorn, and we had like great seats, and the theater wasn't full, but it was a great watch. And uh kids were like into the movie. They didn't talk so much, they didn't go through the aisles, and most importantly, they were not on their phones when we were there watching the movie, which is always great.
Oh,
Always
sorry
great.
about that. Had family stuff on the side there, but
Oh, I
yeah.
thought you got disconnected.
No, just family stuff over here. No,
Okay.
but I was gonna say for the Nosferatu, you're gonna really enjoy it.
Did you get a press pass for it?
Yeah, I got to go see it the other
God
day.
fucking damn it.
Yeah, Robert Eggers, another great Robert Eggers film. Nicholas Holt, again, great. Yeah.
Oh boy. Is he playing the Keanu Reeves character?
I don't want to spoil it for you.
God damn it. Okay, fine. And it's so crazy that Nicholas Holt is in another vampire movie. If he's playing Renfield, I'm going
Again?
to shit my brick. Don't tell me. Don't even tell me. By the way, I found Rebel Moon. It's garbage. Y2K. Have you seen Y2K?
Yes. Why was it made? There's no
Yeah,
purpose of
I
it being
threw
made.
it in the garbage. I
Um,
heard Rachel Zegler and I threw it in the
Sorry,
garbage.
it's the same thing like to quote Mean Girls. Stop trying to make Rachel Ziegler happen.
Oh, and I quoted you about Megalopolis. I think
Yes. Oh
Griffin
God.
said D, and you said it's overindulgent and dumb. So
It's
I threw it in the garbage.
self-indulgent, pedantic fluff. That's what that movie is.
Yeah, I'm still gonna watch it because it's Coppola.
Yeah, but I save yourself a couple of hours. It's really, really terrible.
Fine, I maybe. Um, right. So, what do you think about Nosferatu? If you've seen it,
Yeah.
score S,
I would put it at A.
A. By the way, that tells me nothing about my enjoyment of the movie.
Yeah.
So A is fine by my book. If it's an A movie, I'll take it. In the C, you could tell it's a straight up pyramid over here. So that was the year. I've put Beetlejuice at C tier. I think that's
Yeah.
fair.
I think
And
I thought you were that's fair with Hitman as well, because again, it's kind of interesting if you want to watch a character piece, but it's a slog. That movie is a slog to get through.
it's boring. And they sold you something else. They sold you something that pops a little bit more. It's the same with Wolves. I really dislike the trailer now that I've seen the movie.
Oh, okay.
So it's not. It does not do it a great service to sell a specific movie for you. Let's see if there's anything else on the list. Like I said, I threw Rebel Moon in the garbage because that's where it kind of belongs. The first one was bad. I know the second one was even worse. You know what I've seen from the first one? From the second one? The nude scene at the start. And I was
yeah.
I'm off. Like I probably seen the best parts of the movie. I have thoughts about that, but we'll save it. See, where's Wicked? Oh, Terrifier 3.
Terrifier 3, it's completely dependent on who you are. For me, it's a solid A. For you, it's probably garbage.
So C tier?
I think CB is fair. That's fair for Terrifier.
I'll put it
3.
at C just because if you're like a fan, you're gonna put it S or A.
Yeah, it's so much.
If you're
fun.
you can't like me, I cannot stand gore porn. I'm gonna I've seen the first one and I do not want to see the second one or the third one, even though you said what you said about it. I was like, eh.
Paul's correct though. Terrifier 3 is not as good as the second one. Although it has a lot more references to a lot more films in it. In fact, like it actually starts with oddly enough, the opening shot of Terrifier 3 is an homage to Silent Night, Deadly Night. So yeah.
Which part?
Well, the Santa. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it. The beginning Santa?
Yeah, the beginning Santa.
Oh, okay.
The
I
very
get it.
bad Santa. Yeah.
Bad Santa. Very, very bad. I'm trying to look for any other movie that we kind of both seen. Dear Santa with Jack Black. I've seen the trailer. I kind of half wanted to give it a review because it's on streaming, and I was like, I don't really like Jack Black at all.
Oh.
Like at all.
Not anymore. I mean, seriously, he fell off like real hard.
Yeah.
Oh, there is if you look two from the Dear Santa, two right up one, the remake of
Oh, this one
yes,
with
that's straight fucking garbage. That's a remake that should have never been fucking made, and we talked about it backstage.
yeah, the
'Cause
name of the movie again?
It's Speak No Evil. It's such
Speak
a
No Evil.
great fucking movie. The original's so fucking good, and they remade it for no purpose.
Have you seen Twisters?
No, I've heard good things about it though, oddly.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag, so I'm not gonna do anything. Oh, I do want to talk about this. Kung Fu Panda 4 D tier. My kids watched it and they were like, we wanted more out of it. And like I said, when it comes to animation, I do like to gauge, and I didn't mention it before, but I did, like, when you were here, I did mention it that I watched Despicable Me 4 with the kids and they really enjoyed it. So I got that feedback from them. It was like, okay, they know their audience. That's how I kind of know. And in Inside Out 2, daughter said it was boring. So, you know, I can't really find any more movies that we actually watched. Like, you haven't seen Wild Robot, have you?
No, I haven't yet.
I heard it's good. Our chat says it's so I don't know, because I've heard people say it's really good. So I don't want to give it.
Oh, did you
neither
see
here
the
nor there.
it's God, an inconsistent sound? It's the Timothy Chalamet Bob Dylan biopic.
No, I haven't. Is it out yet?
It's okay.
No, I mean, is it out?
Limited screenings, yeah.
Then I don't know if I can get it over here. Have you seen Craven? I heard it's garbage.
I've heard nothing but terrible things, which makes me want to go see it. The only reason why is because people said the same thing about Madam Web, and I've had not more fun in a movie theater in a long time.
we're not gonna rank it, but I've heard that people say that garbage, it made Madam Web look great. And I was like, that bad? It can't be that bad.
What's so funny is because they said that Madam Web made Morbius look good.
Okay, you've seen Ride of the Rohirrim. You say it's garbage.
Garbage. It's
garbage.
Especially especially you, buddy, as a fan of Tolkien. Yeah, you'll fucking hate it, because
you have to understand, all of the Hobbit movies go straight into like C or D tier. D tier to me. And I would put them in garbage if I could, but it's unfair to the actors. I would put all 3 Hobbit movies in D tier.
Yeah, I would say the only redeeming bit about the Lord of the Rings War of the Rohirrim is the artwork is really well done. That's the only redeeming quality of that entire fucking clusterfuck.
Okay. Have you seen the new Planet of the Apes?
No, I haven't yet. I wanted to actually finish that series, but I still haven't gotten to it.
Yeah, that's definitely not for me. I'm not a fan of the the planet. I liked the first original Charlton Heston movie. I didn't like any of the rest of them, and I definitely didn't like the Marky Mark one. Definitely not.
Well, yeah, that was
And I was
that
like,
was terrible.
that whole IP, that whole franchise is definitely not for me.
I was
I
gonna say
don't like it, so it's not fair to me to rank it because
I would say the reimagining that they've done with that, the first one of the start of the Caesar series, which is the new Planet of the Apes, was actually pretty good. But
yeah, I've heard good things about it. I didn't hear bad things about it, but it's like they cannot sell me that IP because I'm already at a I don't want to watch this mode.
I already
Then-
don't care. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care, so I can skip it and be fine with my day. I'm trying to look for more movies that we might have seen. There's a lot of these movies I think are like streaming only.
There's
like,
a lot of streaming ones like the one My Old Ass. That was actually a pretty funny comedy, but it's streaming.
Well, I don't mind ranking them if you've actually seen them.
Yeah, I mean, like I would say that My Old Ass is definitely an easy C.
Where
C
is it?
minus. Down there, right on the bottom right there,
Bottom
next
right.
to the 2 guns.
That
Yeah.
Have you seen the Garfield movie, the new one?
No.
I think Tom liked it. He said it was. So where do you put this? D, C,
C.
C.
It's
Okay.
fun.
It's fine with me. I wanted to watch the movie, the Rebel Ridge. Which one is the? Not Rebel Ridge. Oh, I've seen it here, but
Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry, I got to get going.
Okay, no
Love
problem.
you, man. Happy holidays.
Love you too. We're gonna
Happy
wrap
holidays
up in
to
a
everybody.
second.
So, be well. See you next year.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you only. You're gonna be here in 2 weeks, right? After
Yes.
New Year's.
Correct.
So have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We're gonna talk.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk.
Off stream, but yeah.
See you,
Merry
bud.
Christmas to your mother and all the rest of your family. Peace and health.
See you, bud.
See ya. All right, guys. We're gonna wrap things up. I just want to find that movie. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, goddamn. Rebel Ridge. There we go. Rebel Ridge. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't really rank it, but I've heard only good things about it. Like solid action, solid solid action movie, and the guy who's like the main hero guy, they said, well, dude, he's a badass. He can be like in other action properties. He could be the next maybe like the next movie star. Horizon is something that Tom Connor said he actually liked, and probably not gonna watch. Like, people won't watch the next iteration because whatever. But I don't see any other movie here. There's It Ends With Us with Blake Lively. It's right here. And there's there's Moana 2. I haven't seen it. I know it's very kid friendly and it doesn't hold up to the first one, so can't really tell. And there's the Society of Magical People that I couldn't find. I was actively looking for it to put it at a D tier or garbage. All My Feelings did watch it, and he said it's just terrible. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for staying. I know it's a kind of a weird show. We don't do these kind of ranking shows and all that stuff, and we didn't really plan for it, so there's no stingers, there's no music, there's no extra bells and whistles and all that stuff. But I do want to say this. Next week, we are covering Gremlins 2 on the show. It's probably going to start an hour earlier than usual. So if you're moving on from Salty Nerd Podcast, you're going to dump in the middle of the show, I think. but it's fine. It's all good. But Gremlins 2 is one of those Christmas time movies that is kind of fits with December to Dismember, which was the theme for this particular December. So go watch it and come back to us, and we'll talk about it. Tom might be here, and Geary from Tom and Geary is going to be here to talk to us until he has to leave and do his own show. That's where we're going to start early. But we are going to direct you now to Pop Culture Minefield. They're doing their own show today. And I guess we're done. And remember, guys, hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. Have a Merry Christmas.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.